Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. It's
Good
nice
evening.
to be back. I have a voice again. It doesn't feel like I'm swallowing cheese graters when I swallow, so that's really good. Michael's distraught. His piece has ended, but there we are. It is lovely to be back with everybody. Glorious weather. Loving it. I've had so much done today. No, I haven't. I've done so much today. Even washed all my kitchen surfaces and my cupboard doors. That's a bit daft, isn't it?
In this heat.
It's a bit rash, but it's these things, you start and I think I've got to finish now. And it's lovely that we can start to ease lockdown and start visiting people again, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Planning a trip up north to go and see my mum and dad. Can't wait. So tonight's going to be an evening of. Irene's got a poem that we're going to read. Irene's going to read. I'll do the opening prayer, and if Jean would do the closing prayer, that would be lovely. Your Sheila's on, Jean.
Yeah, I saw Facebook, and then it said Sheila right at the top of my finger.
Yeah. So your Sheila's on.
Hello, Sheila, sister dear.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Hi, Sheila. So right, let's without further ado get started. And I will do the opening prayer followed by the Lord's Prayer. So as we join together and say, Heavenly Father, divine gracious Lord, thank you so much for allowing us to gather together in your name. Soon, Father, we'll be able to gather together physically rather than virtually across the world like we are at the moment. Father, I ask that the veil be lifted between the two realms to allow our guides and inspirers to step forward so we may become vessels of communication for the loved ones who have gone before us to use, to bring messages of truth, proof, love and upliftment to those watching. At the end of this evening, Father, we will hand back to you all which is rightfully yours with love, honour and glory. Amen.
Amen.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Hello, Auntie Jean from Brianna as well.
Hello, Brianna.
Okay, right.
I've
got a. You spotted what?
Brianna.
Oh, right. Okay.
We missed it the other day, apparently, and Jean got into trouble.
She told me. Bless her.
Oh, right. Oh, bless her. Hi, Brianna. Right. I can't remember where this one came from, but I just thought I'd give us a little bit of a smile on those of us of a certain age who would know this sort of things. It's called A Clothesline Poem. A clothesline was a news forecast to neighbours passing by. There were no secrets you could keep when clothes were hung to dry. It was also a friendly link, for neighbours always knew if company had stopped by to spend a night or two, for then they'd use the fancy sheets and towels upon the line. You'd see the company tablecloths with intricate design. The line announced a baby's birth to folks who lived inside, as brand new infant clothes were hung carefully with pride. The ages of the children could so readily be known. By watching how the sizes changed, you'd know how much they'd grown. It also told when illness struck and extra sheets were hung. Then nightclothes and a bathrobe too haphazardly were strung. It also said gone on vacation now when lines hung limp and bare. It told we're back when full lines sagged with not an inch to spare. New folks in town were scorned upon if washing was dingy and grey, as neighbours carefully raised their brows and looked disgustedly away. But clotheslines now are of the past, for dryers make more work much less. Now, what goes on inside a home is anybody's guess. I really miss that way of life. It was a friendly sign when neighbours knew each other best by what was hanging on the line.
I do
So
like
true.
that.
Though, isn't it?
So true. So true.
It is. It is.
It is. It's just. I just thought I'd give us a bit of a laugh and a bit of a lift on such a lovely day, you know, and
Yes.
and that. And I
Yes.
thought, well, yeah, because I mean, if there was a birth, a death, a marriage, whatever, the whole street got involved and they all pulled together and brought stuff and baked stuff. There was baking for weeks on end, and sometimes a wedding dress was made out of the old stuff that they used to have for when the parachute stuff, didn't they? If they couldn't afford a dress, they'd make dresses
out of parachute
but,
silk.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
dear.
not as old as you, so you've lost me.
Well, I'm not that old. I'm only
Excuse me.
21.
Excuse me, 25 here. There's a lot of love going up for you. There's a lot of love going up for your poem there.
It was good.
Yeah, your Sheila's genius say, what about your big knickers drying? That's great. That's your Sheila.
Can I just say there was PE knickers and hers were as big as mine?
Well, that's lifted the energies. That's lifted the energies really well.
Honestly, we talk about a clothes line and we end up talking about knickers. What else?
Yeah.
Only because Tony don't wear them, bless him.
Oh, is that... You speak for yourself, Jean Pearson.
The waiting to come.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Alan. I'm glad you love the poem.
Yes, it's lovely that. I really like that.
Oh, dear. Thank you, Catherine.
Yeah.
I wished I could see him and get him on.
Are they not coming up on yours?
Oh, dear.
No, I don't know if I'm pressing it wrong cross because there's an X and then right in top corner, there's like two little blocks together. Then there's a cross and then there's a square with an arrow going up.
You want the one underneath that?
I did, but it comes as an X and not a cross.
Well, it's an X then.
Yeah, but when I press it, I lost you.
All right.
So I'll take what you're saying.
Right. Well, we're going to do blind readings tonight. So we'll need people to send their thoughts out to their loved ones. And as their loved ones step close to one of us, we'll start giving the evidence that we're getting through. If they can just answer yes in the comments, if you can understand it, or I can take this or something like that. And can I just say, I've watched a couple of our feeds back and we've missed little bits because there's big conversations going on in the comments. If we're working and we've got a link with somebody, can you keep that bit down to a minimum, please? We don't want to be sitting there on tenterhooks, but if you see somebody, just say hi. And if you want to carry on a conversation, can you do it through Messenger, please? Because we've missed a couple of people that could have had readings that we didn't know because they disappeared before we saw them with all the conversations. So sorry to sound a bit teachy, but it's something we've all noticed, haven't we? When we've watched these back, we've missed little bits. Yeah, little bits that we've missed because the comments disappeared before we saw them. So just a little yes, I can take all of this. And then when we've got a link, if we can just keep it down a little bit. Thank you. And with that, we'll start the service.
Can I just say, Samantha, thank you. Samantha Wright, she's just put, Irene, your lovely laugh reminds me of my nana. Just give me a lovely memory. Thank you, sweetheart. That's so nice. That's lovely.
Yes, it is.
I'm glad to be of service.
Yes. And after next weekend, Jean and I might be doing these from the caravan, mightn't we, Jean?
Yippee!
Yes.
All right, stop rubbing it in just because I'll be here. Joe.
You're always welcome.
Yeah. So
I know, darling, I know.
You might see different backgrounds for us in the near future. Yes.
Not too long.
Not too distant future. There we are. Okay.
Right.
Back to the business at
Are we
hand.
Right.
Has anybody got a
going
link?
to get started? Yes.
I think Irene has.
Irene has. Over to
I have, but
Irene.
But Tony, you might have to help me out, because I got this gentleman last night, and I don't know all the terminology for people that are gay or LBGT. So if I get it wrong, I'll apologise now. I've got this gentleman with me. He's about 5'8", 5'10" tall, and he's telling me that he used to work as a drag queen before he went to spirits. But because he was gay, his family disowned him, and he was very upset about that. And then he managed to get back in touch with a family member. I don't want to say now which family member it is, in case somebody can take this. And they had a good relationship. But as a youngster, because in those days when a boy was gay, he was abused rather a lot by his father. And it was, well, I'll just say he abused. It was a bit more than that. But so he I'm not sure if he ran away from home or he left home, but this gentleman's been with me since last night. So I don't know if anybody can take this gentleman. He's given me the name of Mark, but I don't know if that's his name or if it's a family member's name. He's a lovely, lovely gentleman, and he's got beautiful big blue eyes, and he looks quite sad, actually. He's quite emotional, and he's looking quite sad. He'd like to last night he gave me Diana Ross, so I'm not sure if he did Motown when he was on stage, but he was actually big in the gay community as a drag queen, and he had a lot of friends, and that's where he found his home. But his one love was his family, and he's wanting to get back in touch with his family. All right, darling. He's saying that some of his family were okay towards the end of his life, but while he was younger, when all this was, there was different rules, Tony, as you know, in years gone by, that he was rejected a lot. And so if anybody could take this, I would appreciate it, because he's desperate to get in touch with his family or somebody that knew him. He's not telling me which area he comes from, but he did a lot. He also did a lot of charity work, and towards the end of his working life, he worked with boys and young men who had had similar problems in their life. Can anybody at all take this gentleman, please?
Haven't seen anything yet, Irene.
No, I haven't. He's so desperate, though, bless him, to come through.
Somebody has come on late might actually pick him up.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a bit of thinking.
I'm just going to ask him. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll ask him to stand to one side in the hope that somebody comes on, and if one of you two have got anything.
Yeah.
Oh, bless her. Oh, he's crying because there's nobody here for him. Just be patient, sweetheart.
There may be Sunday. Wait, don't know why I said Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunny's got to do something, Irene, because I said you'd be all right, Sunny. So there's something to do with Sunny. So I don't know if it was a name or it would have been a sunny day or something. I wouldn't have said Sunny if I'd not heard it.
That's not something you
no, I'd not come out with it, and I come here. Okay, Sunny, there's something to do with Sunny with him.
There's a song called Sunny by Alan Freed.
I don't know.
Sunny, yes. So that
there's
I
just
think
not
that's
something
the name.
I would have said like that.
No,
just
no,
come
not
in.
just
Come in as a sentence. Sunny, there's something.
Yeah.
Because I said, all right, we'll sort you out, Sunny. So that I don't know if somebody called him that, I don't know. But anyway, there's something. Can I just?
Well, if we could.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, well, I'll just ask him to step to one side, and if anybody at all, please, anything at all in the family, please come back to me.
And if it's
because he's,
if it's, I was just going to say, if it's not for their family, if they know of their family, don't be afraid to say
yes,
something.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or if you don't want to
absolutely,
say anything for family reasons on here, if you want to get in touch with one of us privately through Messenger, chuck a message to one of us, and we'll pick it up afterwards as a 1-to-1 maybe, or a 3-to-1 or a whatever.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
Can I just give, sorry, because at the minute I don't know who I'm talking to, I'll be honest. But all I'm seeing is, I don't know if it's an Alsatian dog, but it's a big dog. And I don't know if it's got run over, bless it. It's in spirit. Or if it died and it was died at home. Because I'm just seeing it laid there and I can see a gentleman leant over it. So I do know, whoever it is, I do believe the gentleman may still be here. I'm not sure, because as the gentleman's bent over, is not very tall, because as he's bent, he don't look big. An elderly gentleman, I've got to say. I'd say about, I don't know, about 5'10", quite slender in build. He would have wore a jacket as he's leant over this dog. So please, he could be on earth plane, so don't just put him in spirit just for sake. I don't know, because it's just how he's come through. And I've still got this song in my head. So I don't know if this song goes with it. There's no place. What did I say? There's no place for us.
There's a place for us.
Somewhere a place for us.
So that song has got to have something to do with something. If not, can somebody take the song, please? Because I've been humming it all afternoon. But this dog is there, and I can see the gentleman leaning over it. So I do know the dog does belong to somebody. It's either a German Shepherd or an Alsatian. It's a big dog, very similar to that. Like I said, I don't know if it got knocked over or if it died, and the gentleman's just saying bye to it. It's unusual I get a dog first and not the person.
You normally get the person.
Yeah, but I know there's a gentleman with the dog, so excuse me if I don't know if he's in spirit, because he hasn't turned round. He's just bent over the dog. So I don't know, it could be a spirit person come to take the dog, and that's how I'm seeing him. So if anybody could take the gentleman, please, and the dog, then it'd give me something else to work with. But if the gentleman could have actually come to take the dog, thinking about it. That's what could have happened, because we can see him like that, us. Yeah. And I do know it's come on then, darling. It's talking about somebody who's just got some sandals, or the wanting sandals, because they're putting sandals on my feet. So it's somebody who's talked about sandals. I know we've got the nice weather and caravan parks. Oh, thank you. I can see that. Thank you very much. Right, that is Adele and the lady before. So can you understand?
And it's another one. Yeah.
Got run over.
Alan had a big lab that got run over.
Can they understand the gentleman? I know the two ladies said yes. Can Alan understand the gentleman though? Because this gentleman's got to go with the dog. Because it's the gentleman what's with the dog. And there's something to do with sandals, so somebody's been looking. Right. So you can understand it. So you both can understand it, Amanda and Adele.
Amanda and Adele.
Right. Yeah. So we'll work with them. If you can understand the gentleman as well, Alan, please say so, because this is how they're coming in. He's coming in, and I know, bless him, there would have been a passing with it. I don't know, I'm shutting my eyes. He must have spoke with his eyes closed. Or somebody's very tired, because they're just wanting me to close my eyes. So at the moment, I would say somebody's very tired, and it's as if, you know, they're ready for bed, but not when they go to bed, they're up and down and tossing and turning and everything like that, because the brain's not switching off. Now, I know it's great now that they're releasing some lockdowns, but somebody's still very unsure, like everybody else. Is it too early? We all are at end of the day. But they're coming in with this. And I've got to say, they can also understand Claire on the earth plane. I've heard Claire. And I'm not putting Claire in spirit, because I haven't heard that she's in spirit. So can one of the ladies understand that as well, please? One of them's really jolly. Right, jolly. Right. So it could be with you then, Amanda. It could be with you. So we'll see then, because I like to know where I'm. Oh, right. Yep. I'm with it. I've got you. Right then, Amanda, sweetheart. So you can understand it all. That's great. Can I just then say, sweetheart, that the minute that you're just wondering what is going to happen, and I've got to say, sweetheart, that there's an anniversary coming around you as well. We're in June, so we're looking at July, and they're going to take me to the 5th. So I don't know if it's the 5th of July, but the 5th and July means something to you, darling. Also, I've got to say that August, there's a passing. You would have had a passing in August. All right, if you can't take Claire, that's fine. It's okay. But I just know Claire's somewhere. But them dates mean something. And so I can hear a budgie. Somebody would have had birds. There would have been birds. I can hear one chirping. And right, thank you. I can hear them chirping, these birds. Okay, because, oh, bless them. I've just had a lady said to me, yeah, they used to have to cover it up to shut it up. So you can understand when it got on this lady's nerves, they used to have to put a cover over it to shut it up, because that's the only way then it realised it were bedtime. So that's what they did. They covered it. Bless it. But they're laughing about it, so it is a joke. They didn't mean it nasty, but it just got on the nerves when they were watching telly. And someday, bless him, this gentleman who's come back with a dog, can you understand him, sweetheart? Because he's saying he liked the news. He always had to watch the news. And I don't know if it come on at 6 o'clock then like it does now. I don't know, but he's saying everything had to be quiet for the news. So he was a news person. Oh, and he's just took me to his feet, sweetheart, and he's showing me his slippers. So I do know he'd like to have had his slippers. Thank you. And I do know he would have had his slippers, darling. Can I give you a new wedding ring? I'm not saying you're getting married. I'm not saying that there's anything. Somebody's had a new wedding ring. It's either they've lost one and they've had one bought new, or they would have had it given to them as new. But they're taking me to a wedding ring here, sweetheart. So I do know there's something to do with a wedding ring. And why are you showing me that then? And I've got, I don't like false. You don't understand that?
No, she understands that.
Oh, I can't see properly, can I? Oh, right, thank you. He broke his leg. I saw that. Oh, God, I've just lost. I've got sweetheart, and I don't like them. I do apologise if you all do. But the silk flowers, and I don't like them. And this lady's saying a new engagement ring. I suppose it's similar, isn't it? I wouldn't change
Same
it normally,
finger.
but yeah, it's same finger. And something to do with silk flowers, sweetheart. Somebody were going to buy somebody some silk flowers, and they don't like them. They do not like silk flowers at all. I know I'd got Charlie perfume. You're a bit young. I can smell Charlie perfume. And that Chanel number 5.
It's expensive, that.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can smell it right strong. I can smell them 2 perfumes, sweetheart. I don't know if you're a bit young to know them. I don't know, because I used to pinch my daughters when she lived at home. But I can smell them 2 perfumes, sweetheart. And they're there for you. And I've got to say, things are looking up. Things are looking up for you. So we don't predict or anything, but I've got to say, they are telling me 6 months. Your mum hated it.
Silk flowers.
Yeah, I didn't like them, sweetheart, because I know I don't. But they're telling me, I'm 50. Yeah, Tony's older than you, love. Look, it's a good
Jane,
night.
Jane does know I can mute her microphone, doesn't she?
Can I just say to you then, sweetheart, just before I go, that I've got an old lady just wants to jump in very quickly. And as she's jumping in, can I just say that you may have to ask Mum, because I do know we're talking about Nan or even Great Nan, where she's sat there with her curlers in, having a cup of tea, bless her. And I've got to say she would have had a cig, because I can see the cup of tea, a cig, and she sat with her curlers in talking to the neighbour. And this is what she would have done. I don't know if neighbour would have come to do her hair, darling, or what, but she just wants to come and say, I'm here, I'm always round you, but I've got to say, love, 6 months, things will be changing for you, and we don't predict, and it's not lottery. Things will be changing for you, darling. They would have took you the way you want to go. And I say, God bless with that.
The only thing I can add to that, sweetheart, is when Jean mentioned a wedding ring, they started playing with my wedding ring, and my wedding ring finger is very, very sore where my ring lays. So where the new ring is, I don't know if that's why, because somebody's got a sore finger, or if they've just got to... Honestly, I don't know. Put me off his... I don't know if it's that something's sore or it's a bit tight.
You probably get more
my
out the
finger's
Labrador.
got very sore.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying on that, because these two are hopeless to work with tonight. It's one of those nights, but I love them to bits. Thank you, Amanda. God bless. Tony, have you got anything for the lovely Amanda?
I've got a gentleman, and he's coming in on the back of all of this energy we're generating, and this man would have loved a good laugh, a belly laugh.
I was just going to say belly laugh, yeah.
Proper belly laugh. And no, I'm not saying that. Apparently, he liked it. He liked to laugh so hard that it caused bladder problems.
Oh,
and he's talking about watching the Christmas episodes of things like Morecambe and Wise, and all those sorts of shows where you could have a damn good laugh, and that's his words. He says, you put the telly on these days and you're more likely to top yourself than have a laugh.
Fall to sleep.
So he's talking about going back to basics and having a real good laugh. And around, was it Amanda? Amanda, yeah.
Yeah.
Around you, Amanda, you would understand where somebody needs that laugh and that upliftment, because the feeling, like we all are, a bit flat and a bit, when's all this going to end? Well, the end's in sight now, and he just wants to uplift everybody. But I want to say he's a lovely chap, a lovely gentleman, and he just wanted to pop in and say, I didn't want you to go without me popping in and saying my piece and just bringing that laughter in for you, sweetheart. And I will leave that with you and say, God bless, thank you for working with us and for putting up with us having a good laugh.
Well,
we haven't been able to get together for a few days though, with my throat and one thing and another, and Jean not been right. Yeah,
we're all right now.
We are.
Good
we're
evening,
fine.
daughter.
Amanda says she's just lost her mum. Oh, bless you, sweetheart. Our thoughts are with you.
Yeah, thoughts are with you, sweetheart.
We'll remember you in our healing prayers tonight, sweetheart. You and your family.
Yeah, we'll be there.
All right. Ooh.
Oh, I've gone. Have you got somebody, Tony?
I have, and he's made me go he's coming that close and that quick. He's made me go all goosey. And you know that feeling when you say somebody's walked over my grave?
That's what
it's gone all down my feet and all down my legs and into my feet. It's that he's coming that close. Bless him. Okay. I want to say he's not that old. I want to be older than me, but not that old. I don't want to go like 80s, 90s. I want to be this side, so late 60s perhaps. I'm rubbish with ages, so don't hold me to that. But just please listen in, because God love him, he's coming really close. So he's searching for somebody that would be a real close connection to him on earth plane. So I don't know if I'm looking at dad or husband, but I'm looking for that sort of relationship. because I can feel his love and I can feel his emotion as he's coming through. I want to say I don't feel this chap's been over there that long. I want to say he's recent, which we go back to about 3 years for a recent passing. So between now and 3 years ago, this gentleman will have taken his transition to spirit. And again, he's a lovely gentleman as he's connecting. Now that I've managed to ask him to step away a little bit because he was really overwhelming me. Okay. He's talking about the sudden passing. I don't know if he's talking about his passing or he's acknowledging somebody else, but a sudden passing to spirit. And he's not giving me anything behind that. So I don't know if he's talking about a heart attack, brain aneurysm, or something like this. Hi, Ed. But he's definitely talking about the sudden passing to spirit connected around him. He's given me the 24th of a month. Anybody who watches regularly will know I can be a little bit off. But I want to be around the 24th of a month. And I want to be around... We're in June, aren't we? I want to be around June for a birthday or an anniversary or passing as well.
Sue Bannon Rob.
Sue Bannon Rob. Right, if you can just listen out then, sweetheart. I see, I don't see a difference between fathers and father-in-laws or mums and mum-in-laws. Yeah. They come through like parents. Would you understand that? No, you would understand then why he's talking to me about that date's the birthday for his wife. Oh, bless. I said late 60s, Tracy, but I can't be held to that because I'm rubbish with dates. I know I'm older than me and younger than 80. I know that's a wide bracket, but Jean fits in there somewhere.
Wait while I get you.
He's bless you, and Leander. I've just seen Leander as well. All right, and there must be a celebration coming up because I've just got an iced cake with candles on. I don't know if it's a wedding cake or a birthday cake, but I can see this iced cake with candles on. So I know there's an anniversary of a celebration to come around you as well coming up. So we're talking the end of this month, beginning of next month. He's talking about the two. So I don't know if that's 2 children, 2 grandchildren, twins, what this is, but he's talking about the 2. He's also talking about the hospital appointments and specialist appointments that are coming up as well, around and about. And he's talking to me also about the lady that's with him that connects really closely. So I don't know if this is mum-in-law or a grandmother or a significant, but there's a significant lady spirit side of life that connects with around and about this gentleman as well. All right. I know Jean's given a German Shepherd dog off as well, but all I can see is a silhouette of a dog of about that size that's with him in spirit. So a Labrador, Rottweiler, but that size breed is around as well. I'm hearing June shouted in as well. So, but when I hear something like that, it's the name June rather than the month, because if it's a month, I see a calendar with it written on. But I'm hearing the name June shouted in as well. Don't know if it's spirit side or earth plane, but I want to acknowledge the name June. And I don't know what that means. I'll tell you what I'm hearing, so you'll understand it, and Irene will be able to help me out with this. I'm hearing The Blanket on the Ground, which is a song by, I want to say
it's a lovely
Crystal
one.
Gale, but I don't know.
Billy Joe Spears.
Sorry.
It was Billy Joe Spears, blanket on the ground up.
And it can be a little bit naughty, but I'm hearing The Blanket on the Ground. So country music I'm hearing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leandra, I'm sorry, it feels a bit, it's definitely bigger than a border collie. It is more like Rottweiler, German Shepherdy size dog. It's quite big. Right. Suze has taken all of this as well up to now. Okay. But if you can take everything else, Leander, there's still a link there as well then. Okay. And must have really been into country music, because I'm hearing all sorts now in my head, from Jim Reeves to Willie Nelson and everybody in between. So please take the raft of country music and take that as confirmation from them. I want to wrap your chest up, whoever this is for. So there must be some issue around the chest around you. If it's not with you, it'll be somebody really close to you, where there's either a breathing difficulty, asthma, allergies. Mine's been horrendous with everything that's been going on. But I want to give you protection around your chest and healing around the chest for you as well. And all right, they are pulling away a little bit now, but I want to acknowledge a lady who, all right, bad pneumonia, which would have taken, left some problem on your chest as well, sweetheart. So please accept the healing. And Adele and Leander. All right, okay. So as they're pulling away from me, a lady's come in. I don't know if it's the same lady I was talking or acknowledging earlier that was with this gentleman, but she's given me lots of craft, so knitting, sewing, but craft that would be done with the hands and creative. So if you can understand a lady in spirit who would have been very crafty in the sense of the word of making things, she's around as well, and she wants to be acknowledged. Nothing to be scary about, Suze. It's your loved ones in spirit giving evidence. So, right. You must be able to acknowledge then, Suze, if this is for you, where somebody had a hand-knitted jumper that went through the wash and it came out and it would have fitted Barbie doll. when they finished it.
That's right.
I don't know if it went on a hot wash and it was wool, but you would understand where a jumper went into the wash, somebody's pride and joy. I don't know if this was cashmere, but it was beautiful. And it came out ready to fit a baby doll. So that...
And as used to go, Drift Stuart's mum did them. They went massive.
We've all done it both ways, small and large.
Well, if you can take all of that, then please accept their love, and I will see if any of these lovely ladies have anything.
Go on, Jean.
I don't know if I've got the same lady, but I'm just having a conversation here with a lady who's just stepped in. And I do know this lady would be very quiet. She wouldn't have said anything wrong to anybody. She'd got a kind word about everybody. I do know I'm 5'6", so I do believe she would have probably been just an inch smaller on my height. I do know, bless her, she would have carried a little bit of weight. She did, I don't know if she did like baking, but I've seen her with a pinny on.
Oh.
And it were a rounded pinny.
Oh, Suze, that's lovely. Thank you so much.
I got my toes cramped. Oh. Sorry, my toes cramped. That lady did that then. And she's here, but wouldn't say anything to anybody. She just sat, she minded her own business, bless her. She got on with what she had to do. She got a little pinny on. About my build, I would say. My eye. She's got how can I say, a flowered dress on. Well, I'm saying it's a dress. She was tiny and chunky until later on in life. Is that same as the one you've been talking to?
Yeah, that's Sue's.
All right, well, like I said, it could be the same one. I said, didn't I? But she's here, and I got so. Can you understand then where somebody would have had problem with the toes? Because while I was talking and it came up, my toes seemed to lock. Not my fingers, my toes, as if my toes went into cramp. So can you understand, please, if it's not this lady, somebody who had trouble with the toes? Because that's what they took me toes. And this lady, bless her, I don't know if she did like bacon or anything, but I do know she always wore a pinny. And what she's showing me is that on a pinny? Right, thank you. Because this is how I'm seeing her, she's coming in. Right. So it's my toes that just took my toes. And they're coming in. Can you understand, sweetheart? Well, you can, because she's telling me the diabetes conditions, because I'm getting a very dry mouth, or they're finding that they're drinking more and running to the toilet more than normal, or it could be somebody in spirit, sweetheart, who's talking. Because this lady's not saying a lot. I don't know. She would be very quiet, but she sat and she listened. She's telling me. I do know that. I know Tony talked about, were it embroidery or something, Tony?
Very knitting and
but you can understand on the earth plane, sweetheart, where somebody's very good at painting or sketching, because I don't mean wall painting. I mean painting on pictures and or sketching or something, because they're making me do this, and this is what I'm seeing. I want to give you a bunch of flowers, darling, because I don't know my flowers, so it's a bunch what you stick in a vase and put it middle of a table, but the nice bright colours. Yeah, but I'm honest, I don't. If they give me a flower, I'll tell you, but I don't know my flowers.
Yeah.
But I do know the bright coloured flowers, darling, so I don't know if you like flowers in your home, because that's where they're putting them in a home, on side there for you, and the lovely bright colours. And I've got to say that she's talking about being a bright person. Both, when I say bright, nice bright clothes and not. Oh, I can see some, you see. Thank you. So we're in with same as Tony then, really. So it's no good repeating, because I've got what Tony said. I just want to take you to the month of February, darling, because they've just given me February. I've also got to say that, keep looking at them photos, because you're looking for a photo to either put in a frame or change your photo. Keep looking, because the one you're looking for will pop out at you. It is there, the one you're looking for. Tony's nodding, so I bet he had it and forgot to say it, because we do. They're popping out. And I don't know, somebody's got a pair of somebody's glasses in spirit. I don't know if it's this lady's, but she's just told me that there's a pair of glasses what somebody's got down here, what somebody left from in spirit. Somebody wanted to put something in the casket and they couldn't. So I don't know if it were his glasses they wanted to put in the casket and they wasn't allowed. There was something to do with the glasses.
Excuse me.
Right, thank you. Oh, it's Sue's, not Sue. Sorry. Do apologise for that. But it's there for you, sweetheart. I hope that's been really good for you. Do give you the bunch of flowers. Look after yourself, darling, but they're always with you. And the little cat. A cat's just jumped on my bed and it's not mine. And the little cat, sweetheart. Not a big cat, a little one, what's curled up. So I don't know if somebody had a kitten and it didn't grow big. But it's just jumped and curled on the edge of my bed, darling. So I'll leave you with the cat. It didn't grow big. Oh.
Bless him.
I knew there was something. But I'm going to leave you then, Suze. I hope between me and Tony and Irene will probably jump in and give you enough evidence to prove that your family are still with you, sweetheart. And happy birthday. I've got to say happy birthday. And I shouldn't ask, but there's something to do. There should have been a celebration, and because at lockdown you've not been able to have it, so you're rearranging it. It's getting rearranged for a later date. So I'll leave you with that, sweetheart. God bless, and I hope that we've reassured you. Irene?
Yes, Suze. When Tony mentioned the country music, I immediately got a link to Ireland because Billy Joe Spears' best friend was a lady called Philomena Bagley, who comes from Ireland. And I know they sang a lot together, but also she's talking about the crafts again. And what she's saying is that she wants you to carry on doing those crafts. She knows at the moment you're not in the right headspace to do it, if you know what I mean. And that's no disrespect to you. It's just that she wants you to do it because you can build on what she started. And she understands why your eyes are so, sweetheart, as well. And she wants you to dry your tears because she's always with you. She's always around you. Okay. But she's also talking about all the country music and all the memories that you've built up together, sweetheart. Okay, so she wants you to sort that out. And she, bless you. I don't know if you do line dancing or if you thought about doing line dancing, but she's talking about you going to some of the country shows, like Country to Country, or some of the Irish shows, and going along there and meeting some of the people that's across there. But she's saying, get your dancing boots on and do some country dancing. Okay. And I'm going to leave that with you with all her love, sweetheart. Night. God bless. Thank you for talking to us.
Can I just say that she's just said quickly before she goes, she's just said, Suze, there's no place like home. So you can understand that. There's no place like home.
Suze put on earlier that she's actually living in her house now.
Right. Thank you. I can't see Penna, but she's just said.
No, but I saw it go up, so.
She says, just tell her there's no place like home.
Oh. She used to go a bit line dancing.
She must be good then, have 2 left feet.
Yeah.
Bye, darling.
Oh, bless you. Bye-bye, darling. God bless.
Oh, I've got a police officer.
Well, you give off your police officer, sweetheart.
Yeah, I've got a police officer.
And if he's a dishy police officer, tell him to hang around.
Well, we like.
I want to know if he's got a big truncheon. Has he got a big truncheon?
I'm not going that far, Irene. We're not carrying on now, you know.
Truncheon. Tony, put your mind back in the sewer.
They're called,
I will.
They're called batons now.
They are.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Oh, bless.
You're very welcome, Suze. Very welcome.
Can I just say, and I hope it's not the person who I'm thinking on, because if it is, I'm going to cut off. And I will apologise for this.
I think I've got the same person.
Right. Do you want to see then? Or shall I just go ahead and open it? Or because I've got a police officer.
You see, I think it is
6'2", and I do think he's just coming to play a prank on me because I can't see the face. I just can see. I only can see the outline, and it's funny because yesterday I was called the nickname by my little brother on Facebook. What he shouldn't have put on, because there's only one person ever called me that.
Yes.
So
I've got the eye and I've got everything.
So we're with the right person, but there's Sheila on.
Yeah.
So it might be that it's come through for Sheila. So Tony, do you want to go with this? Because it'd be a bit difficult.
It is if it's right. We
can't just say no, can we?
No. He's took his time.
And
to
I
come
could
through,
understand. Yeah, I could understand why as well at the minute.
Right.
So it's really difficult for me.
I've gone goosebumpy again, and all the hairs are stood up on my arm. So he's coming really close, and he's coming in.
Sorry, everybody, but I do know the person.
So
it's a bit. I'd rather
I'll pick it because I saw him stood in the middle of our bedroom.
It come tootling in.
And in uniform and everything.
Yeah.
And the uniform was a lot like the uniform my dad used to wear, not a
Yeah.
modern one.
Come tinkling in.
And I want to say he's given me... I've got poppies for some reason.
Yeah. You see, I don't
can
want to
see.
keep butting in on this.
Well, I can see poppies. I can see... Jean always says they're on traps, so I can just
Big
see
family, as I call it.
from this big all the way down. I'm also getting... Oh, what is that? See, I know a lot about Jean and her family, so I want to give something that I wouldn't necessarily know about. Right. Around and about then, at the minute, you must understand, either you or Sheila, where there's a tug of war. As I say, I feel like I've
Sheila
got a
would.
rope tied around my middle, and some people are pulling me that way and some people are pulling me that way, and nobody's asking what...
I'm going to go with our Sheila.
Where my feelings fit. I'm also... Right. Connected around, there must be 4 men in spirit. There's more than that, but there must be 4 men that would be held close from spirit. And I can see them stood, but I've got 2 of them that are connecting. Now, I know I've got the policeman, and he's given me all of the usual things that I would give Jean from him. So I know who it is that's working with me.
That's why I didn't want to continue, because I think he's come into play a trick here.
He was seeing if you would pick him up.
Yeah.
But you're going to, aren't you? Is right. And I've got the younger male as well that's connecting. And he's talking to me about... I'm going to have to say this as it is, because he wouldn't mince his words. He would just say what he had to say. He's talking about bits of him being in different places.
I could understand that. It didn't actually happen, but I can understand it. I know somebody what wanted to actually split a gentleman up and have him posted here, there, and everywhere when we had him cremated. It never happened.
I've got that, but I've got like...
Oh, do you mean family split up?
Something in the, like a necklace or something here and something there, something here and something there and something, you know.
Yeah.
And he was howling with laughing about like
which bit?
Being picked up with teaspoons, and you know, well, that's my big toe and that's my ear roll, and that, you know,
could be on.
He's howling with laughing about it, and he thinks it's hilarious. He really does. And he's, God love him, he's just coming through with, that's what you need to give you comfort, so that's fine. But he thinks it's brilliant. He really does.
Some giggling.
And I can hear him laughing. Right. He's also talking about right. How can I put this? He wants to... He's around Brie. He's around Brie a lot. You must understand why he's around her a lot. I don't know if she talks to him but he's around her ever such a lot. And he's really wanting her to come on, and he's proud of how much she has, but he's just wanting her to achieve everything she can achieve. And he wants all of them. And he's spreading it out, and he's saying he wants everybody to achieve what they want to achieve for themselves. You see, Joe's just put in, he's in our necklaces. So, but he's
You see, I can't see, so.
yeah, Joe put David's in our necklaces.
I can now. You've clicked something.
Yeah, I've clicked it up. And yeah, and he's saying she can. He's saying she will. It's just little steps and little steps. And would you understand where sometimes, Joe, you've got to push her a little bit to get her to go that little bit further and that little bit further. And because he's just making me feel like sometimes it's a battle of wills between you and Bree. So
the very strong-willed she is.
He's just bringing this through. Right, okay. You would understand as well why he's talking about September and why he's talking about the 15th of a month. I can see the 15th, like Jean knows I can be a little bit rubbish with my dates, but right. Well, your Joe's just put, just so you can see it. Because he, sorry, no, that one. Right. Joe, he's literally, as I saw that go up the screen, he's just said, but you're in charge.
Thank you.
So you're in charge. You're in charge.
That's what I tell her.
And I understand how hard it is because my ex-missus, Ben's mum, our son's mum, has cerebral palsy, and she's had a lot of the similar issues to Bree. And her mum, Claire's mum, used to have stand-up battles with her in the middle of the street. And the neighbours, I have to say, because if she fell over while she was out, the neighbours would try and pick her up, and Elizabeth would scream from the gate, "You leave her alone, she's got to stand up by herself." So I know how hard it can be. And he's just said, but you're in charge. Joe, I don't have to tell him happy birthday. You can tell him happy birthday because he can hear you. Right.
That's why I wanted to be.
Right. He's really making me sweat now because he's like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Right. He's give me that. Would you understand then the 1st of the month and the 5th of a month? Because I know I gave you the 15th, but then he's given me the 1st and the 5th. And I thought he was giving me it again because he put them together.
She should be able to understand the 5th.
The 1st and the 5th, the 1st and the 5th.
The 5th and the 1st. She should understand them both.
Right. Because he's repeating it in my ear. And I can see either a St. Christopher or a locket or something on a necklace. So I don't know if he wore a St. Christopher or a something on a necklace, but I can see it. And I know it's not a cross because he's not taking me to my cross. And a ring. There's a ring as well. That must have been left. In fact, he's telling me there's a box with all sorts of little bits and pieces in that he's bringing through for me. And right, he's pulling away a little bit. Right. You understand George? I don't know if it's spirit side or here, but I can hear George
in spirit.
I can hear
George didn't really get to know him. She didn't really know him that much.
Oh, boxing glove. A boxing glove. All right.
I know why.
All right. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Also, George and Joyce.
Yes, she'll
Joyce
not
must
know
be
him.
significant.
She'll not. She might have heard of him, but she'll don't know him, Tony.
This is for Sheila Campbell Jones and Joanne Roebuck. Sophie, sorry.
Joyce's auntie and George's uncle.
Right. Okay. He is pulling away from me now, but I want to leave you with bright red roses. They're a lovely deep red rose that I can see. And you must understand a bouquet of rose buds somewhere as well, because I can see them. They're not open, the little buds. So you would understand that as well. And I will leave his love with you both and say God bless and thank you for working with me.
Can I just thank you, Tony, for taking over, because it would have been so difficult for me.
Yeah. Irene, have you got anything with that, or?
I can't because of the family.
No, I haven't got a great deal, my love. The only thing that I've got is when you mentioned the St. Christopher, there was other things that other jewellery and other bits and pieces that have been left as well. Would you understand that, Jean? Where there's
I don't know so much about David. I know.
You. Thank you, Sheila.
Yeah, see, I can't say too much.
No, okay,
Sheila,
sweetheart.
Sheila can step in.
Perhaps
Sheila could step in.
Sheila, can you remember, Sheila, if there's other bits of jewellery that's been left? I know that Tony mentioned the St. Christopher, and I know that Joanne's got the bits with the ashes in on the necklace, but there must be other things, because they want to put my earrings in and they want to put rings on my fingers and stuff like that. And I've also got some other bits and pieces. He's saying that they're insignificant to anybody else, but in the family, they are for the family. I mean, he's talking about a wallet, and he's talking about okay, sweetheart. He's talking about some sort of medal. Now, I don't know if this is a military medal or a medal that was got for sport, or something that they've got something for, or to do with the work as a police officer. But there's talk about a medal. And apart from that, sweetheart, that's all I've got. And a lot of love. A lot of love, sweetheart. So I will say good night and God bless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Night, Sheila.
Has anybody got? Can I come back to my young man that I said first off, because I might be able to get a link with it now? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
When we first started, I had a gentleman, and he still stood at the side of me. So I'm hoping that now somebody can take him. He was a gay gentleman, but it was in the days when when being gay wasn't allowed amongst gentlemen. He was a drag. He used to work in drag, and I've got the name of Mark, and Jean got the song Sunny. So that links in. He used to sing Diana Ross, and he was terribly abused by his father from a very young age. Now he managed to link. He was taken away from the family, but he managed to reconnect through various means with some of the family. Now he's now in spirit, and he's wanting to connect again. So if anybody can take this gentleman, he's waited patiently, and I'm hoping that somebody is going to be able to come along and say that they know this gentleman. He worked a lot in pubs and clubs, and he was very good at what he did. And he liked his food, but he wasn't what I would call a fat man. He was more tall and lean than rather being muscly and chunky. He was quite tall, but he was such a lovely gentleman. He was such a lovely gentleman, and he worked on the stage quite a lot. So if anybody can take this gentleman, he's He had blue eyes. He had really big blue eyes. And he loved performing. Absolutely loved performing on the stage.
I've just got Shirley Bassey.
Yeah, he did all those. Yeah, we've got the big personality.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of how can I put it? He had the big personality and he had a big stage presence as well. Didn't suffer fools lightly, but because of what he went through when he was younger, it made him wary and it made him hard for him to make friends. And he only had a very exclusive circle of friends.
There's Brenda somewhere as well. I keep hearing Brenda. So somebody must know a Brenda, what would have been connected out, either whether it's a friend or a acquaintance, because I keep hearing Brenda every time you talk. I am hearing Brenda. So
there was Brenda Lee was a singer in the 50s, and she had unless it's friends with the family.
I don't feel it's a song though. I feel as though it could be a friend.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's something.
Right. Okay.
Can anybody at all take this gentleman?
I'm asking for a different link to see if we can place him.
Yeah, see if we can put it together.
I'm getting a lady connected with him in spirit, so I don't know if this is mum or grandma to this young man that we're talking about. And she's telling me he didn't go to an old age. I want to say he
was young,
might have got into his 50s.
It was young.
Maybe early 60s, if that. She's telling me she passed with a cancer condition and she's taken me to the breast, but I know it didn't stay in the breast. It would have travelled. Because I'm also getting a cramping pain in my stomach as well. So I know it would have gone into her stomach, and to see if we can get a link in this way with him. She's also making me aware that Brighton must mean something, because I can see the seafront of Brighton, and I went down there for a conference.
Yeah,
so
coast.
And funnily enough, it was an LGBT conference for our union, so I know there's connections down there. Also, he must have worked around the coastal towns, because I can also see Blackpool Tower.
I can see the coast, yeah.
I can see Blackpool Tower as well. So I know he would have worked in and around the coastal resorts and done seasons. Bless him. Fantastic singer in his own right.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a connection to Danny LaRue. And as far as I know, he was one of the first gentlemen to dress up as a drag queen.
Do female impersonation.
Yes, yes. Sorry, I told you.
No, I just know
all the terminology.
No, I just know that Danny LaRue was very.
That's what he said, wasn't he? Yeah.
He was a female impersonator. He wasn't a drag artist.
And can I just say, you've talked about this and what we're talking about, this young gentleman, you fetch this lady and Tony. All the time you're talking, and I know we're connected to sea because I got the coast, but somebody's having, here on the earth plane, somebody's having trouble with the ear, because I keep hearing it as if seas, you know, my ear.
Yeah.
So I know somebody's either not hearing things properly, or they've tinnitus or something in the ear. There's something to do with the person down here, what is linked with the lady you've said, and what's linked, because my ear, and it's only since we've been talking about this, that I'm getting swooshing in my ear and like a buzzing every so often. So somebody's having problems down here. They've also just purchased, well, not just, it might be a year-old, a dog who's also connected. They might not know everything about him. It could be that they're too young and they might have to ask.
Yeah.
Way up in the family.
I hope we can.
Well, I know that he was. I know that he was taken for not so much taken because of the abuse that his father put on him in his younger days. He was actually taken into care. He's just telling me this now. He was taken into care, and but he all of his life he had to fight for what he wanted, and he's just, oh bless you, thank you. He's saying it's so much easier now for a gentleman like he was when he was on earth to be who they want to be than it was in his day. Somebody knows this gentleman and
see,
he's so desperate. It's difficult
for me. No,
Yeah.
but it's difficult for me, Irene, because when I did youth work, right, I know
Yeah.
a young lad who went to everything you're saying with the family, right?
Right.
But I don't know if he did drag as he got older. But everything as a
Right.
younger gentleman, a young lad,
Yeah.
then I can
Yeah.
take everything what you're saying. But I don't know
Right.
what happened when I
After.
that and he, when he moved.
Well,
Oh,
nobody's
So
coming forward, so I think we're
No.
going to have to leave him,
but I can
have to
take
unfortunately.
it
leave
as
him.
that.
Yeah,
Bless him.
yeah.
But
Well,
bless
but-
him, if
If
we'll
somebody
just send
does
thoughts out
recognise
to
who he
him,
is,
and if we'll ask him to come through next time we're on, which will be
yeah,
Friday.
if anybody can think of anybody with a family with a young man, he gave me the name of Mark, but I don't know if that's his name or Mark is in the family. I don't know.
talk to you in a bit.
Oh, right, okay. He's just given me 3. No, so I don't know if that's 3 siblings or if it's mum and dad and 1 or
Come on, man.
right. Okay. And he's just saying that he was at home with his dad and the siblings, so it must have been dad with the 3 children. And oh, bless him. If anybody at all can think about this young man or make inquiries for us, because he's here for a reason, we're going to say good night, God bless to him tonight, and ask him to come at another time, and hopefully we might be able to get something for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I'm sorry, but we can ask him to come back next time. Bless him.
Yeah,
Well, I think
absolutely.
it's been a lovely evening.
It's been
Nice
absolutely
again.
wonderful.
It has. So thank you everybody for spending this time with us tonight. I'm doing a chat with Jason Rothwell tomorrow at 11:30.
He gave me a very good message last week.
He did.
And we had humour, didn't we?
He's funny.
No, but I said something what you wouldn't have said. But we did as kids, and we didn't know when we were kids. You see things different, don't you?
You do.
Yeah,
you see things innocently.
Yeah.
So it's a chat with Jason tomorrow. It's going to be one of my usual chat with. So there'll be laughter, talk, Q&A. If you've got any questions about spiritualism, watch and pop them in the comments, and we'll answer as many as we can. Then tomorrow night we have Sarah McLaughlin and another Sarah, whose name I've forgotten, at Pastures Green at 7:00. Oh, hello, Suki. Then that takes us to Thursday, when there's a service with Littleport Christian Spiritualists. Then Friday we'll be here again, 7:00, for another service, and that'll take us through to Sunday, when we'll be doing a divine service.
And I'm doing Saturday this week for
Is it definitely
spiritual? It's this Sunday, the 27th, 7:30, and I think that's on Zoom.
It is.
Yeah,
you'll have to follow the Zoom link.
I think she's going to send it to me, sweetheart.
Oh, it were odd.
I've not worked with Zoom before, so I'm not. Right. Okay. Well, we'll see how I go with it.
I enjoyed the service when I did it, but it's lovely. It's a lovely church.
I'm only about the Zoom. The Zoom bit. I'm a bit thick.
But you're not techie, are you? You're not techie, Jean.
No.
So that's us. So if Jean could close in prayer, please.
Yes. If you'd like to
Lord,
join
keep
me.
us safe this night.
If you'd like to join me, please, just for these few seconds. Thank you, Lord, once again, for allowing our loved ones to come close this evening, just to give that proof that life is everlasting. Thank you also, Father, for the laughter which was allowed here this evening, and to our friends and loved ones in the spirit world for coming and connecting with us. We also ask, Father, that the energies which are left to go out to these doors, to the four corners of the world, to Mother Earth, to our war-torn countries, Father, as things are getting rather bad again. We also ask, Father, that please send energies to the animal kingdom, to our children. Also, thank you for letting things get a bit more easier now with the lockdown as well. Let's hope that people can enjoy it and don't be silly with it at the same time. We also ask anyone who's taking their transition that there is light to guide them back to their families, Father, and love and light for their families and friends which are left here behind. We ask this in all your name, which is love. Amen.
Amen.
Lord, keep us safe this night, secure from all our fears. May angels guard us while we sleep, till morning light appears. Amen. And you got a,
Amen.
and you got a song.
And you got a singing with it. Well, thank you again, everybody, and we shall see you during the week if you catch one of our services. Other than this, or Friday, if not.
Yep.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good night. God bless.
Stay safe. Good night. God bless.